Hello you guys, and welcome back to a new video. So for the past few months I have seen videos like these where you let a TBR prompt jar choose the books that you read for the month. So that's what I did this week, but with a twist. Kind of anyways. The twist is that I only did it for a week and that I did read the books in this video. So with all that being said, let's get started. I have over 100 prompts in here, so I will leave them all listed down below if you want any ideas for a prompt jar of your own. I spent a lot of time making them and printing them on paper and folding them up to fit in this jar. So blood, sweat, and tears went into this. Since it is Sunday, we're going to pick my first read of the week. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie. Let me shake it up. The first prompt says, a book with a person on the cover. So I know that it means that it has to be like a real person on the cover, and I don't really buy books like that, so this will be interesting. I know I have a lot with cartoon people, but that doesn't count. It looks like we literally only have two options. The first one is The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand. That counts. And then the other one is A Little Life, and I think we know what I'm gonna choose. I'm definitely not ready to read this. So we have one option, and that is The Hotel Nantucket. So this will be fun. I have been wanting to read one of Ellen Hildebrand's books because I've heard a lot about her recently and I haven't read one yet. And I've also heard that they're fun summary books, so it's like the perfect timing for this. So yeah, I don't really have much to do besides clean my house. So hopefully I can get through a good chunk of it today. Do you see this dog right now? They're doing yard work, so he decided to jump up there and get a good look. Don't do it again. Hi you guys, so I just made it to the gym and I have this thing, anxiety, to where I will show up anywhere early because I'm meeting my friend here. We've been going together and I am about 30 minutes early, so I thought I would just sit here and read for a little bit. I also wanted to update you guys on the Hotel Nantucket. I am on page 161, chapter 13. The chapters are weird because like they don't start on a brand new page. They just start wherever the last one ended, which I guess it saves paper. But it is pretty much about this main girl, Elizabeth. She just went through a breakup with her boyfriend, so she decides to get a fresh start, get a new job because they were also co-workers, and she takes up a job at the Hotel Nantucket, which is a newly renovated hotel there in town, and it is also said to be haunted. So we get Elizabeth's point of view. We also get the ghost point of view because it is in fact haunted, so that's very interesting. I actually really like that. You also get a lot of point of views from other characters that work at the hotel, and they all have something going on, some kind of secret. You learn a lot of their secrets pretty quickly. You also learn what happened to the ghost and why she's haunting this hotel. It's not like a mystery, it's just drama going on, but I'm enjoying it. It is a little bit hard to keep up with because of the fact that there are just so many characters, and it is getting too hot, so I'm about to turn my air on. If it messes with the audio, I'm so sorry, but it's just way too hot for that. It's literally 93 degrees outside, so not happening. Anyways, you also have this little subplot of this blogger who does reviews for hotels, and they're pretty sure that she's gonna come and stay at the Hotel Nantucket, but her identity is kept secret, so they're trying really hard to impress her and make sure that they get 5 keys, so it's kind of like a star rating. She's never given a hotel 5 keys, so they're all there trying to impress her, and they don't know who she is, so it could be any of the guests. But I'm really liking it. My only complaint is that there are a lot of characters, so sometimes while I'm reading it and I see a character's name, I'll just be like, who's that again? But anyways, I have like 30 minutes until my friend's going to get here, so I'm going to keep reading and I'm going to probably go ahead and drink my energy drink. I did get a ghost Swedish fish energy drink, which probably unpopular opinion, but I do really like Swedish fish, but I've never had this flavor before. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, I'm gonna sit here and just read for a little bit. as you saw, I did go to the gym this morning. I read a little bit in my car, and then I came home and read for a few more hours, and I was able to finish The Hotel Nantucket. This book was definitely just mostly focused on the drama between the characters. It's very people driven. If you like reality TV, you will probably end up liking this book. One of my favorite parts of this book is that you actually do get the ghost point of view, but you also get to see her haunting the hotel and doing little things to kind of get at the guest. So that was fun, but it's definitely just got the beach vibes, the small town resort kind of vibes going on, and I really did enjoy it. So I gave it a 3.75 because it's nothing spectacular. It's just a good, nice, easy, fun read. But now it is time to actually pick our second book of the video. I do have our lovely jar here. Now let's pick our second read. Ooh. Should I go with the one that fell on the floor? We shall. A book that is a 5-star prediction. I feel like this is going to be very tricky because I am a tough rater and I don't typically give a lot of books 5 stars. I'm just going to go based off of what I feel like other people have given 5 stars that they've read. People have definitely given like Emily Henry's Happy Place a 5-star, but I want to do a separate video on that. I also feel like a lot of people have given Magnolia Parks a 5-star, but I don't know how I personally am going to feel about the whole toxic relationship thing, so I'm not quite sure if that would be a 5-star for me. Actually, you know what? This book was popular a long time ago and everyone who reads it absolutely loves it. It's been on a lot of people's 5-star lists. So we're finally going to give it a shot because I have just had it for so long too, and I think it's time to get it off of my TBR. So let's go ahead and start reading for the day. Yesterday I got up to page 199 of The Song of Achilles, and so far this is actually, I feel like the main character is Poptropica, whatever you want to call him, because it is told in his point of view, but basically he is exiled as a kid, and so now he is an orphan. While he is an orphan, he ends up meeting Achilles. Achilles is the son of a goddess, and he is also pretty much destined to be like a great warrior, so he goes off to training. The whole entire time, Patroclus is by his side, and so you get to see them as kids grow up, you see their friendship developing, and you also get to see them become romantically involved with one another, even though it's hard for them because this is a time where that's not really accepted, and because his mother, she is not okay with that for sure, so she's trying her hardest to keep them apart, but it's just not working. And where I'm at now, they are actually going to war. Even though Achilles tried his best to not have to go to this war, he ends up getting pulled into it, and of course Patroclus is going to go with him. And so now we're just seeing them at this war, and I will say it's interesting so far, and I do like seeing the romance between them. It's just not a super fast-paced or really like fun book, so for me I can't really tell where it's sitting at yet, but today my goal is to just finish reading it. I have finished The Song of Achilles, and to be honest, I don't really know how to feel because the book was not bad whatsoever. I did like it, but it was honestly just kind of sad. You do see a lot more politics and the war and all of that, but I kind of just learned to not really like Achilles, and I also just felt really bad for Patroclus. I just feel like it was sad, and I personally don't like reading sad books. I did love seeing the romance aspect of it, and I also thought that it was educational in a way, and that you can definitely take away some life lessons from it, because it's basically just a story about how Achilles' destiny got to his head, and in the end, he cared way too much about it that it ended up costing him the thing he cared about the most. And he didn't even realize it until it was a little bit too late. So that's what this book was about. It was good, but I'm definitely not gonna be able to call it a 5-star book like everyone else. I personally think that for me, it's just a 3-star because while it was good, I didn't necessarily have a good time reading it, if that makes sense. But it was a beautiful story. I will give it that. It just wasn't in my taste. So that's that. But I think I'm done reading for today actually, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow so that we can pick a brand new book. Good morning, you guys. So it's a new day, which means it's time to pick another book. Ignore the hair clips. I'm having one of those days where it feels like my hair is just sticking to my face everywhere, and it's quite literally ruining my life. But we get to pick a new book today, so we have the jar, and I'm excited. A book with the word love in the title. So we're definitely going to be getting a romance. Okay, we do straight up automatically have all of Ali Hazelwood's books. So we have The Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain, and the newest one, Love Theoretically. I kind of want to do a separate video reading all 3 of these, so I think I'm going to save those, which means that we only have one other option. We literally only have one other option, and that is Love in Other Words, which I am excited to read this. I feel like everyone absolutely loves this book. I think I have put this off for a long time though because this is a second chance romance, and I'm just not a big fan of second chance romances because, well, just hear me out. You know why we take history in school and why it's so important? It's so that history doesn't repeat itself. So I just feel like in second chance romances, why are they repeating something that did not work out in the past? But with that in mind, a lot of people love this book, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give it a try. Do you guys like my blanket? It has rubber duckies on it. Okay, Blue, that's rude. Don't make fun of it. My aunt made this blanket for me when I was like 7 years old, and I still have it and use it daily, so I think it's cute. Okay, so I am on page 141 of Love and Other Words. I'm gonna stop here, so I thought I would update you guys. So this is about Macy and Elliot. They grew up next to each other, and throughout their childhood, they started bonding over their love of books, and eventually you see it blossom, I'm assuming, into a relationship. And something happens, you don't know what it is yet. It completely ruins their relationship, and now it is years later, they're all grown up, and they run into each other again. So you're getting a now and then timeline. You're also what? That's it. You're getting a now and then timeline, and it's really fun. It's really cute. It's really sweet and wholesome. But I also hate when books, like, you know that something happened between them, but you're probably not going to figure out what happened to cause this rift until the very end. I know it adds for like dramatic effect, but it just bothers me because I want to know so badly. That's just me being impatient. But maybe also if I knew why they broke up in the first place, I could root for them to get back together. Because what if we get to the end and the reason they broke up was just so horrific that I went through all of that for no reason, and I feel like they still shouldn't get back together, you know? But I'm gonna go to the gym now and then hopefully read a little bit more later tonight. I did finish reading Love and Other Words last night, and it was really cute. I'll give it that. So towards the end, you do get to see Macy and Elliot reconnect. You learn what happened to cause them to break up in the past, and I feel like what did cause their breakup was miscommunication, but it was like an understandable miscommunication. Macy is a lot different than me because I would have confronted him straight up instead of just running away, but do you, Macy? I really, really enjoyed their childhood and them growing up together and falling in love. That storyline was so good to me. I just do not see them as adults working out that well. I felt like now that they're adults, the connection wasn't as strong. And I feel like most people that love this book love this couple just because of their childhood. Also, there's one big part, which it might be a spoiler, so I'll put a timestamp if you want to skip ahead, but the minute Elliot lays eyes on Macy in the future. He goes home and dumps his girlfriend. Excuse me? I would be appalled. Like, just imagine how that girl feels. Some people might think that's a romantic gesture, but not I. I did not like that. I will say it was fun, it was cute, it was good. I understand why people love it, and I did have a good time reading it. So for that, I give it 4 stars. Now we can put it on our shelf. And for the most exciting part, we get to pick out a brand new book. So once again, we're back with the jar. Give an author a second chance. This is gonna actually be a difficult one. I need to ponder on it. Here's the issue. A lot of the books on my physical TBR are by authors that I haven't necessarily read before, so I can't really be giving them a second try. The only thing I could really think of is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager, because I did read Final Girls in my 24-hour thriller readathon, and it wasn't my favorite, but I have read other books by him that I do enjoy, so I know that like I like him as an author, so I don't really know if that's fair. Oh, actually, I do have the perfect thing. So here's the thing. Last month, I wanted to read a dark romance, and I really love Vampire Diaries, so I decided to pick up a dark romance with vampires. So I picked up Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Robert, and I ended up DNFing this book. I didn't even get 25% of the way through, and it's a thick one. But the reason why I didn't finish it and why I DNF'd it is because the main girl in this book, she has like hidden powers, and the only way for her to release these powers is if she reaches peak pleasure, and the only way to do that is in the bedroom with 3 guys. It was completely my fault because I had no idea that this was a why choose slash reverse harem book. So that's completely my fault why I didn't like it. That to me was just absolutely ridiculous. So because I DNF'd a book by her, I feel like it's only fair to give her another chance, and we're gonna read Neon Gods by Katie Robert. I've heard she is a great dark romance writer, so we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, so I am now on page 193, chapter 16, and this book is honestly really fun so far. So this is about Hades and Persephone's mother ends up trying to marry her off to Zeus, but Zeus is not very great. So she runs away. While she's running away, she's being hunted down by 2 of Zeus's men, and she finds herself getting saved by none other than Hades. However, Hades is supposed to be dead. In reality, him and Zeus just do not like each other. They are enemies, and he is now trying to get revenge on Zeus by using Persephone. She is allowed to stay at his place for a little while, and he will offer her protection as long as she pretends to date him, just to kind of get underneath Zeus's skin. There's a lot more to it. It's got some politics involved with the gods. There's like 13 of them. There's a reason why everyone thought Hades was dead. There's a reason why she's allowed to be safe in his territory. The plot is very good. It is a spicy book, but the plot itself is what's most interesting to me. That's how I'm feeling so far, but I'm going to continue reading tonight, and we will see how the rest of the book goes. Okay, so I'm aware that I have sat in this exact same position for hours now, just reading, but I've got to tell you, this book was just so much fun. I did not want to put it down. The only complaint that I have is that the plot of the book, you know, Zeus and Hades trying to get revenge on Zeus was so interesting to me, and the way that problem was solved just happened so quick that it was almost too easy in a sense. Like the way that was solved, it was like, wow, that's it? That's all you had to do this whole time? How easy. But I did really enjoy it either way. I'm going to actually give it 4 stars, not because it's, you know, a great literary work of fiction, but if you just want a book that you can read in one sitting and that's fun and smutty, you're probably gonna like it. But that is all for tonight, and we will continue reading tomorrow and see what we pick. We're back, and it's a new day, and that means that it's time to pick a new book. We have our jar, and I'm pretty excited. pick a book that is on Kindle Unlimited. Partially, the reason why I wanted to do this video is so that I can get as many books off of my physical TBR as possible. But the jar has spoken, so that means it's okay. We can pick a book on Kindle Unlimited, and I know exactly which book I'm gonna pick too. So let me find it and download it. The last book that we're gonna be reading for this video is Divine Rivals. I'm so pumped. I have been hearing about this book nonstop, and I really want to read it. So that's what we're gonna do today. So I am only 30% through the book. This book is already drawing me in. I'm loving it. So this is about Iris. Iris kind of has a pretty crappy home life, and when her brother goes off to war to fight in this war between a god and a goddess, she's really missing him, so she decides to write him some letters, and she has no way to send it to him because she doesn't know where he's at fighting in this war. So instead she puts them in her wardrobe and the letters start disappearing. So she's thinking that by some magical way her brother is getting these letters, but as it turns out he's not, and she ends up getting a letter back saying this isn't your brother. But she still continues to write letters and talk to this new person. She doesn't know who it is, but it is actually her workplace rival named Roman. Roman knows that it's her that he's getting these letters from, and he's really liking her, and it's just really cute. There are a few magical aspects to it, and it also just feels like it's taking place in the older days. I don't know what century, but in the older days, because you know, like typewriters and stuff, right? But where I'm at right now, Iris is actually left to go work for a different company. So that's going to be interesting to see if her and Roman continue these letters and what's going to happen. And I'm just super excited. So I'm going to keep reading. Okay, I wanted to update you guys because I did in fact finish Divine Rivals last night, and this book, you guys, was so much fun. We do get to see Roman and Iris develop a relationship with one another. She ends up finding out, of course, that he is the one that is writing to her in the typewriter. They also do get to spend time together in person. So I like that they weren't just falling for each other over the letters. And at the very end, something that was super crazy did end up happening. I will say this book was very heavy on the romance and not as much on the fantasy aspect of things, but with the way that it left off, I do think maybe the second one will have more fantasy stuff to it. But yeah, I thought it was so good. I could not put this book down. I read it all in one day and it was just absolutely amazing. So I do give it 5 stars because it was just one of those things where I did not want to stop reading. So there you have it, folks. So that was that book, and that is the last book we are reading for this video. I do want to end off just by doing a quick recap. So we have The Hotel Nantucket if you're looking for something with a lot of drama and is very people-based and it's just a fun book with summer vibes. Definitely pick this one up. I gave this one, what did I give it earlier? I don't know, but right now it's a 3.5. Then I read The Song of Achilles. If you're looking for more of a book that was just written beautifully and it had a deeper meaning to it and is a little bit sad, I definitely say go for this one. Also, if you're into Greek mythology, you might like it as well. And I gave this one a 3 star. Then I read Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. If you like a friends to lovers, second chance romance, definitely give this one a try. I thought it was really cute, them growing up together and seeing all of that. It was fun. I gave it 4 stars because I did actually really enjoy it. And then I read Neon Gods. This one was also really fun if you want a dark romance that's smutty. Also has some Greek mythology going on, and it was just fun overall. Definitely nothing to take too serious. It also did have a pretty decent plot, and I really enjoyed it. It is a 4 stars. And then the last book I read was Divine Rivals, and like I just said, I gave it 5 stars because it was so much fun, so cute, and just really had me hooked from the very beginning. Those are all of the books that I read. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I thought it was so much fun to do, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I will see you in the next video. Bye!